Okay, hey guys, Miss Holden here again. So last lesson we had a go at recognising equivalent fractions to 1/2. So today we're not doing equivalent fractions to 1/2. We're going to have a quick recap though, but today we're just doing equivalent fractions. Equivalent means the same, okay? So it's two fractions that have different numbers but still show the exact same amount. So we talked about these last time. Look, 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. It's also equivalent to 4/12. Okay, can you remember this? Look, so this is equivalent fractions to 1/2. So I said last time, look, if I said I've got 1/2 of a pizza, that would be the same as me saying I've got 2/4 of a pizza. I've still got the same amount, it's just that this half has been cut into a half again. So I've still got the exact same amount, but apart from this has been cut into more pieces. So you could say I've got half of a pizza. You could even say I've got 4/8 of a pizza. So it could be split into 8 pieces, but if I have 4, I've still got the same as if I have 1/2 or 2/4. Can you remember how to spot a equivalent fraction to 1/2 just looking at the numbers? So 4 is half of 8. So when the numerator is half of the denominator, you know that that is going to be an equivalent fraction to 1/2. Okay. Can you think of any other equivalent fractions to 1/2? So the denominator is double the numerator, yeah, or you could say the numerator is half of the denominator. So if I've got the numerator, I need to double the number on top to find the denominator. So let's have a go. These two have been done for you. Look, so we've got 10/20. 20 is double 10, yeah. Here we've got 20 for the numerator, so we've got to double 20, 40. What would this one be then, y3? So we've got 14 here. Double 14 is 28. Okay, so it's 14/28, equivalent fraction to 1/2. This one here then, 6, well what's double 6? Double 6 is 12. What's double 150? Double 150, 100 is 200, 50 add 50 is 100, 200 add 100 is 300. Okay, so all of these are equivalent to 1/2. Okay, so this is when it can get a bit tricky, y3. Equivalent fractions are quite easy to spot if you're doing 1/2 because you can look at those two numbers, okay? These fractions are equivalent to 1/4. Okay, and we're going to talk about the pattern in the numbers that we can see. So here you go, look, it's easy to think of it as a chocolate bar, yeah, because it's just easy to think of it that way. So if we have a chocolate bar and it's split into 4 pieces and we have one of those pieces, we'll have 1/4. But if it's split into 8 pieces and we've got 2 pieces, look, we've got the exact same amount. Now that sounds confusing, doesn't it? It does sound a bit tricky, y3. Let's have a look at the next one. If it's split into 12 pieces and we had 3, that's the same as having 1/4. If we split it into 16 pieces and we've got 4, that's still the same as having 1/4. Okay, let me explain quarters to you. Let's just skip on to, oh, I've lost it. Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, y3. I think I'll talk about that next time. Right, I'll talk about it now anyway. So when you're finding 1/4, if we go back to the pizzas, look, 1/4 is half of a half. Now that gets confusing. Just listen again. 1/4, so this piece here, look, can you see that this piece here is half of a half? So here I've got the whole, here I've got half, and here I've got half of a half. Now that's a bit confusing, isn't it? So if we go back to this here, look. So here we've got 1/4. Okay. If I had equivalent fraction to a half, it would be 2/4, yeah? But what I'm doing is I'm halving that number and then I'm halving it again. And that's how you get 1/4. Okay, so for example, half of 4 is 2, half of 2 is 1. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So half of 8 is 4, half of 4 is 2. So 1/4 is the same as 2/8. For this one here, look, half of 12 is 6, half of 6 is 3. If that's quite confusing, why 3? Because it is a bit, isn't it? Okay, what you can do is compare the two fractions. So if I compare these two fractions, yeah, 2 is double 1, 8 is double 4. It is easier though when you've got diagrams in front of you. Okay, right, let's have another look. So this time it's fifths. Okay, so here we've got 1/5, and that's the same as 2/10. So remember last time we said 2 is double 1, 8 is double 4, so they're equivalent fractions, we've got the same amount. Well, for this one here, look, 2 is double 1 and 10 is double 5, so we've got the exact same amount. Okay, and it's going up, the denominator is going up in 5s. So the next one, can you think what the next denominator would be in this sequence? The next one would be 20. Okay, and the numerator is going up in 1s, so the numerator would be 4. So all of these are equivalent fractions to 1/5. Okay, so equivalent fraction to 1/5, we've got 2/10, or we've got 3/15. These are all equivalent fractions. Okay, and even 4/20 is an equivalent fraction to 1/5. Okay, let's have a look then. We've got some fractions here. We want to match up a fraction on this side to a fraction on the other side. So what I'm going to do first of all, y3, is I'm going to label the fraction. So I've got a half here. How much is here? Look, that we've got shaded in. We've got a third. Here we've got a quarter. And here we've got 3/4. Okay. On this side then, we've got 2/8, we've got 5/10, we've got 2/6, and we've got 6/8. Right, let's do this one first. So, this is a pentagon. It's got 5 sides. It's been split in half. Okay, it's been split into half. Can you see a fraction on this side that has also shows 1/2? So this one here, look, is an equivalent fraction to 1/2. You can see it on the diagram, look, half is shaded in, okay? But also we know when we're looking for fractions equivalent to 1/2, you need to look at the numerator and the denominator. The numerator should be half of the denominator, okay? Right, let's have a look at the next one. So 1/3. So we've got 1/3 of the circle shaded in. Can you see the fraction that shows the same amount but has different numbers? So the same amount is shaded in but different numbers have been used. I'll give you a clue, y3. If you double the numbers, so double the numerator separately, double the denominator separately. Hello, Molly. So if you have a look here, look, we've got 1/3. 1/3 would be matched to 2/6. Double 1 is 2, double 3 is 6. And if you look carefully, if I move this over here for a minute, if I move it round, can you see why 3? The same area has been shaded. Okay. Okay, 1/4. 1/4. We've only got 2 left. If you look at the numbers, 1/4, would that be an equivalent fraction to 2/8 or 6/8? What do you think? Think about what double 1 is for the numerator. Think about what double 4 is. So well done if you're starting to see the pattern, Y3. Here you go, look, 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. Double 1 is 2, double 4 is 8. And the last one, 3/4 would be equivalent to 6/8. Double 3 is 6, double 4 is 8. Okay, for your work today then, Y3, on your worksheet you're going to have 2 fractions and you need to decide if they are equivalent. Okay, so it says look at the diagram, decide if they are equivalent fractions or not. So are these equivalent fractions? Type yes or no for each one. And there's some top tips here. Look carefully at the numerator and denominators and look at the shaded area to help you. So what do you think, Y3? Do we think that these are equivalent fractions? We've got 3/6, we've got 2/4. Okay, you have a think. You could pause this now. Okay, you could pause it and have a think, and then I'm going to tell you the answer. Okay, so yes, these are equivalent fractions, yeah. 3/6 is equivalent to 2/4. So yes, these are equivalent fractions. And I'm going to explain my thinking. And the reason why these are equivalent fractions, have you noticed that actually they're also equivalent to 1/2? Okay, 3 is half of 6, so we've got half of it shaded in here. 2 is half of 4, we've got half of this rectangle shaded in. And if you ignored these vertical lines going down, you'd see that it is the same amount that is shaded. So yes, these are equivalent fractions, and they are also equivalent to 1/2. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Are these equivalent fractions? So you're thinking yes or no, and if you can explain how you found the answer. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got 3/12 and we've got 1/3. So if I have a look at 3/12, if I ignored all of these other lines going down here, Y3, and just thought about these 4 areas here, I can see that this is an equivalent fraction to 1/4. Okay, and this is when it starts to get a bit tricky, Y3, and why you need to be good at your times tables. If you have 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, that's another way of working it out. Whereas this one, so these are not equivalent fractions because here we've only got 1/3. Yeah, got 1/3, and then we've got 1/4 or 3/12. So these are not equivalent fractions. So I could put no, these are not equivalent fractions. I know this because 3/12 is equivalent to 1/4, which is less than 1/3. Okay. Don't worry if you're finding it hard to explain your ideas, okay? It is tricky. You could just put, because I can tell, I don't know about you, Y3, but just looking at the diagram, I can tell that less is shaded. So you could just put, I know this because less of the diagram is shaded, okay? This one has got a much bigger piece shaded. It's been split into 3 and it's got one whole of those pieces shaded. Okay, if we imagined this into quarters, a quarter is smaller than a third. Okay, so equivalent fractions, they can be quite tricky. Just have a look at the diagrams, have a look at the numbers. Can they be doubled? Are they equivalent to 1/2? Just have a go, Y3. We might need to come back to equivalent fractions when we come back to school, okay? But have a go at the worksheet. Well done, everybody, and I'll see you next time.